got home from work. I am getting suited up to head out to the barn. Unfortunately, it is not to go riding because for like the past 10 days, it has been like every day pouring rain. So at this point, my arena is completely underwater. My corrals where my horses live are a complete muddy mess. So I have not been riding, and we will not be riding until the rain stops and probably 2 days after that, so everything can dry up, at least 2 days. So in the meantime, we've just kind of been hand walking around the pasture. I can't even ride out in the pasture just because everything is so muddy and slippery, and our entire land is hilly, so it makes it dangerous to ride when it's wet. So we are gonna head out, go hand walk Mr. Diesel, give them their supper, and that's about all that we can do. Hope that we don't get completely soaked to the bone today.
Hi, bud. You're so pretty. Hello. Hi. I feel like I haven't filmed any of my workouts in a very long time, so I thought today would be the day that we would do a bit of workout content in the video. I am currently doing what is called an upper-lower split, so my workouts alternate between doing a complete upper body workout and a complete lower body workout. And for today, we were going to be doing an upper body workout. So I start all of my workouts with just a pretty straightforward warm up. In the case of an upper body workout, I usually do some shoulder swings and stuff like that. Just get my arms, my shoulders moving a bit. And then I typically do very lightweight with the specific exercise that I'll be doing. So I didn't film that, but in the case of this workout, my first move was a chest move supersetted with a back move. So I did a few lightweight moves that use my chest and my back just to get those muscles warmed up before I moved into my working sets. Back in March, I injured my knee quite bad, and it was actually, my physiotherapist thinks, from an imbalance between my quadricep, or the front of my leg, and my hamstring, the back of my leg. Because my quads are quite a bit stronger than my hamstrings, it was causing a lot of strain on my knee, and that's what resulted in the injury. And through that injury, it has really made me realize how important it is to train your body in a way that keeps all of the muscles balanced. And I've definitely been very bad for not doing that. I've had my head in the bodybuilding world for a very long time, and specifically the bikini bodybuilding world, where there is a lot of emphasis placed on your shoulders and your glutes. And so I was very much training those two muscle groups a lot, and that was at the expense of other muscle groups. My chest, for example, I wasn't training my chest at all. But since having that injury, I've realized the importance of needing to be strong overall and giving all muscle groups some attention throughout the week so that I don't run into any more imbalances going forward. So with all that being said, that means that I've actually added chest work back into my workouts, which I haven't done chest in a very long time, at least a year, if not more. So for this workout, I started off with a superset, which means you do the first exercise and then you immediately go into the second exercise. In this case, I was doing a chest move and a back move. So the chest move was a chest press just on the bench with dumbbells. My back move is what is called an inverted row, where you basically pull yourself up to a bar. And these are so challenging, but they are so good. And I get so excited every time that I'm able to do an extra rep. I feel like it takes me so long to be able to do another rep with this move, but I know it's something that will very much help with building up my back strength and helping me with pull-ups, which I feel like I've been on a pull-up journey for so long. The next move was it was not a superset, it was just straight sets of seated overhead press. So I definitely still like the look of like a bikini bodybuilder with the nice capped shoulders. And so I do still like to do quite a bit of shoulder training, overhead press being one of those. I'm always trying to increase my overhead press. I like to do them seated just because I feel like it takes other body parts out of the movement. I can't use, my knees to like kind of do a momentum push up into the air like you would with a push press. It makes this move a lot more strict and therefore makes your shoulders work that much more. The next set was another superset. So I supersetted 45-degree incline rows with 45-degree incline press. The incline press is the incline row is a bit of a goofy setup because I'm facing my bench. But I actually really, really like this move. I feel like I can really target my back muscles and make them work. And I like the 45-degree incline press just because I feel like it's hitting a bit of, the front of your shoulder as well as hitting a bit of chest too. So that one is really good. And then the last move in this workout was skull crushers. I love skull crushers. I just feel like my arms take forever to warm up with this move. I feel like if I don't warm up sufficiently, my elbows really start to feel almost on the verge of pain. So I have to be careful. And that kind of happened in this first set. I was definitely feeling my elbows, but once I had that first set out of the way, my arms were warmed up and I was able to do quite a few more reps. So that's kind of a typical upper body workout for me right now. The workout lasted about an hour, which is typical. And I have 2 different upper body workouts each week that I'll do and 2 different lower body workouts that I'll do. And I'm honestly going to repeat that same week for probably the next 5 weeks, and then I'll likely take a deload. I'm assuming I'll need a deload by then, and then we might change up the exercises a bit and just each week trying to do, 1 or 2 more reps or try and move some more weight, just constantly trying to get stronger, trying to provide my muscle a bit more stimulus, because at the end of the day, my goal is to build muscle. That is my chief goal. I want to build more muscle, and this is the way that I'm going to do that. So it is much nicer today than it was yesterday. By the time I was done here at the barn, I could not feel my fingers. Like, it is May, for crying out loud. It was so cold I was soaked. Because it was raining and it was windy. So I got very, very cold. Much nicer today. I will just say I am so excited to be back making content and filming and all that stuff. I feel, especially today, like just this renewed energy to do that kind of stuff and to make content. I think I'm like finally almost recovered from tax season. And so I'm like, we are ready to go. We got this. So very, very exciting. So I hope you guys will stick around and watch all the future content that's coming down the pipe. If there's anything you'd like to see here at the barn, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to make anything you guys want to see, within reason, of course. Be sure to follow me everywhere at Strong in the Saddle. I'm not on Instagram again yet, but I'm thinking I'm close to being back on Instagram. So be sure to watch out for me there at Strong in the Saddle. And until next time, remember, it's always a good day to ride.